Hey, back for park number 4. Park number 4. I apologize if you hear a loud buzzing sound in the background. That's our air conditioner in the camper because it's blazing hot right now where we're at. So I do apologize. But anyway, so our next campground was the Black Canyon Gunnison National Park. It is also in Colorado. I believe that's right. Yes, it's also in Colorado. It is basically referred to as a miniature Grand Canyon. Very beautiful. Again, free for us to get into because of our lifetime interagency pass. They have multiple hiking trails that you can go on. They're very steep, though. You must, if you are disabled, I would not recommend doing that. But they do have several lookouts that you can go to that are handicap accessible. Your service animal is welcome with you on those handicap accessible overlooks. I did speak with one of the park rangers, and they advised that if you choose to hike those portions of the canyons, they don't allow dogs down in there, and it is a very difficult terrain. So not that they're saying no, your service animal can't go. They're more or less just kind of saying, hey, you might want to think about it. We did not try to hike it because obviously my husband can't hike that. But I don't know if I personally would have pushed the dogs to, especially not Gunner, but Coda, to go down in there. The trails are very narrow, very steep. There's a lot of opportunity for a mistake to happen or the dog to lose footing or etc. And then you got a whole disaster going on there. So it's something to consider when you're taking your dog out there. I would not recommend it, but it is what it is, and to each their own. So there's that. But you can drive around the South Rim and the North Rim. The North Rim is a little bit further away. A lot of the tourists stick to the South Rim. It's a very beautiful drive around the top. I think there's like 12 or 13 overlooks that you can get out of your car and walk to the overlook. It's not that far. Again, a lot of those are handicap accessible. There's restrooms on the side of the road. It's a very beautiful scenery. We thoroughly enjoyed it. We also stayed at the KOA there. It was very nice. The dogs loved it. I will say, though, be prepared for temperature changes. So far on our camping trip, I don't know if this is the proper phrasing or not, but I'm going to call it menopausal camping. Because being from Savannah, Georgia, we left and it was 90 degrees, hot with humidity. We got to Hot Springs. It was, high 70, low 40s. Got to the grassland. It was high 60s, low 40s. Got to the sand dunes, high 60s, low 30s. Then we get to Gunnison, and it's like 102. It's very warm. My closet is so confused right now. I don't know whether to pull out winter, summer, or kind of the WTH in between. Like, not really sure. Pants, sweatshirt, long sleeve, short sleeve, tank top, whatever you want to call it. It's just a whole hot mess right now. But it is blazing hot. So that was also an issue for us as well, because Gunner doesn't do well in the heat. So hence why the air conditioner is running on full blast right now, and you hear that buzzing sound in the background because we have to keep big man cool. So traveling with a Great Pyrenees to the desert is probably not ideal, but there's that. So anyway, we are now at our 5th national park, which is the Arches National Park. We are in Utah currently at the moment. The high today was 100 degrees. It just got done raining. It cooled off maybe 10 degrees. It is super warm outside. Very different from Savannah. There's no humidity here. So you have to watch it and be very careful not to get dehydrated, because it will happen, and it will happen quickly. The trails here are not recommended for pets and service animals. I've spoken to several people, and they've been super nice about it. There are several state parks here that are animal friendly. Pet-wise, they do not recommend pets on the trails. Service animals, they're not real happy about it, but they're not going to tell you no, because they know it's your legal right. However, your dog is not to dig, is not to do anything that can destroy some of the archaeological findings that are within the state, that are within the national park. And they're very, very particular about that. Us personally, we will not be taking Gunner or Coda with us because it is so hot outside. Our dogs are just not accustomed to that kind of heat, and we don't want to put them through that. So that is my personal decision. So they will stay in the camper while we check out the parks tomorrow. We just arrived here today, so stay tuned for some more amazing pictures again. And we are grateful to have the opportunity to speak to these parks, to speak to local groups and entities, and share our mission and share our stories. And I'll share some more on who all we've met and who all we've talked to in our next video. So y'all have a good night. I'll talk to you later.